Hi, Sue and Alex. Thank you so much for being here with me today. I know you guys are extremely busy, so we'll just jump into it. Across the board, 2021 was a record year for luxury real estate. How did your markets fare? And what are a few examples that you have of sales that were really indicative of the state of your market? Sue, do you want to go first?
Sure, Natalie. And first of all, welcome from Kempton Seafire Resort and Spa, overlooking
Amazing.
beautiful 7 Mile Beach in the Cayman Islands. It has indeed been a record-breaking year for real estate sales in the Cayman Islands, following a path that we've been on since 2015. I think indicative sales, we just sold our last two penthouses at the residences at Seafire last December. So, we're both now entering into that ballpark $2,000 per US per square foot sale market for beachfront condos. And a member of our team, Flora Coleman, who's also part of your Christie's Master Circle, she
Yes.
also brought in buyers for the top two residential sales ever achieved in the Cayman Islands last year, which is really remarkable for two private residences when you consider that our borders were closed. So really some good evidence that our market is robust, to say the
Yeah.
least.
And speaking of borders being closed, that is really remarkable. So kudos to Floor. Alex, do you have some interesting sales that you could talk about?
We do. Aspen's been on fire, as you can imagine, as many of these luxury markets have been this last couple of years. Probably the most staggering stat in Aspen is there's been 40 sales over 20 million since the year 2000, and 26 of those sales took place last year.
Oh, wow. So Alex, I'll start with you. What were the one thing that buyers were looking for, and has the pandemic changed that at all?
Absolutely. It used to be in Aspen that everybody was looking to be in the core downtown, and properties, what we consider outside the roundabout, were sort of out of favor. That certainly has changed, where in 2020 we had over 10 million category, we had 10 years worth of inventory.
Oh, wow.
That has now all been snapped up, and there's very limited property available. But again, the properties that were out of favor are now in favor because they have lots of land or they're spread apart. So that was actually a welcome change since those properties were so difficult to sell pre-pandemic.
Right. Sue, what are you seeing?
What we are seeing are a lot more families coming here. Beforehand, it used to be what I would consider more of a couples market, but we're definitely seeing demand for larger properties to accommodate families with children, and also families looking at making it a multi-generation property, whether it's a vacation home or just something, to spend as a safe retreat if unfortunately things take a turn again in the future, which we know they're not.
They're not.
Yes.
Hopefully.
Same thought.
International travel has been unfortunately severely curtailed during this pandemic. So who's been buying in your market, and do you see that international buyer coming back anytime soon?
Yes, Natalie, we're definitely seeing international buyers coming back, and they've been doing it while our borders are closed. And now that they're open, they're definitely coming back. So again, that's driving that increased pace of sales.
Alex, what about you?
Yeah, Aspen's been interesting. We certainly lost our contingency of international buyers due to what was going on over the last 24 months. However, those were replaced by the major metro area, well-heeled buyers that were looking for ways to get out of the big cities and find a new place to call home. It'll be interesting to see how many stay for the long haul. Because you have people coming from places like New York City, which is obviously one of the most energetic cities in the world. And then you come to Aspen, which is a great place, but a little bit quieter than what you would expect in the city.
Right.
So now that things are starting to open up slowly, we are starting to see the international buyers come back. We did have a number of international sellers over the last few years that felt they weren't going to be able to come to their properties or felt this was the time to sell. So we did see some reasonable inventory coming out of those folks.
Thank you so much for your time, Alex and Sue. It was a great conversation, and I look forward to seeing you both soon.